You look at this fucking trailer, right? Look at the, okay, 7 minutes and 40 seconds, a million views, and this funny little purple bar that indicates everybody is skipping the first 4 minutes of the video right here. Right? New YouTube feature, highlights. Because fuck this mobile game shit. We might, after we talk about KH4, I might like go through this a little bit and talk a little bit of shit about it, but for now, this is all that matters. Let's just watch it. I'm just gonna like play it in full a little bit and then like talk about it as it goes, and then I'll like replay it and pause it a little bit. The first time I watched this trailer, I didn't have subtitles. I just saw somebody post a Japanese link and I hopped on it. Look at this fucking guy. I can't believe... When I first saw this trailer, I could not believe what I was looking at. Like, I genuinely could not believe that they already took this step on fucking... basically making him Noctis. We got the 4th Noctis clone, and it's Sora. That's so fucking cool.
KH4 Sora with my life.
Look at his fucking hair. It's got, like, curls in it now. Yo, Moroccan Warrior with the Prime Gaming sub. You know, this character has had a crazy journey. This character right here has had such a crazy journey. From being like a 2 kilobyte sprite on a phone game. And you know, like the fucking phone game was so delayed from JP to International that like it was like a year until she showed up on like our phones or whatever. And I remember in 2018 going to one of the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra concerts and seeing somebody in this full cosplay with like the hair and everything. I don't know if it was a wig, but you know, it was really good cosplay. And I remember seeing that person and being like, "Wow, this character is like isn't even real." I mean, none of them are, but like when it's a phone game character, it's like an extra layer of not being real, right? And so I was so flabbergasted. Bro was flabbergasted. She's real now. Not only is she real, but she's also hyper realistic. What a crazy jump from being a phone game character with a great design to in Quadratum, Hyper-Realism, Unreal Engine 5, Purgatory. Definitely going to be doing the Union Cross cutscene stream now, especially, so that I can understand her story. I wonder what her English voice actor is going to be. Voice actress. Sora has no shoes on. How old is Sora now? Like, this is right after Remind, right? But Remind is a year after KH3. This Neo Dark Side is really fucking cool. Look at these Final Fantasy VII-R NPCs. Look at that fucking... That's literally KH3 Sora's run cycle, if he has no Keyblade out. That's so cool. This gameplay is fake. But that fucking keychain grapple is sick as fucking, and it'll probably be a gameplay mechanic. This is like, hold on. It's happening all over again with this shit. You see this? You remember Sora fighting the literal hype train for like 4 years worth of trailers? This is like Rock Titan 2.0. I know, we all know gameplay trailers this early on are just proof of concepts meant to look cool. The cool thing about this is that it's all rendered in game. This is not pre-rendered, which is swell. Already beating KH3 on that point. Somebody needs to tell these fucking Japanese developers about bitrate. You see this shit? This shit is unacceptable right now in terms of the upload of this video. You know, this is probably going to be like a PS5. It's not going to be on PS4. It's going to be like a PS5, Xbox, whatever game. But we cannot be posting these 1080p fucking trailers anymore. We can't do it. Stop doing it. I am 100% going to be playing Final Fantasy 15 on this stream because of this shit now. Final Fantasy 15 has become too important to the lore, basically, in an aesthetic way. I will be playing it though. It's like, at this point, I have it on Steam. I have Royal Edition. Yeah, so for those of you who are not up on YouTube bit rates and shit, 1080p is not cutting it. Not even for 1080p. 1080p doesn't cut it. You wanna know why? There's a secret parameter here attached to your quality grade that determines what bitrate your video gets, and 1080p bitrate is very low for YouTube. It's not adequate enough. If you've ever seen my videos on YouTube, which I hope you have, at least once or twice, I upload in 1440p, but the majority of my footage is literally just 1080p footage, recorded at double the bitrate of what YouTube provides for 1080p, and then I render it at 1440p to trick YouTube into giving me a better bitrate. Somebody needs to tell these developers about this because I want to see every pixel here because this looks fantastic, but when you pause it and you just look at it, it looks like shit because, you know, it's a YouTube video. I want to see this in 4K. It's going to be Unreal Engine 5. This trailer is Unreal Engine 4 because, you know, it's early. But this shit's gonna look so good. Yeah, the Final Fantasy Versus 13 comparisons are more ripe than they've ever been. Just straight up. It's all here. God, look at these Unreal Engine 4 coats.
Level 5 Scam Train.
When I first saw these numerals, I thought it said 3. Because I didn't really see the V. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, thank you for the bits, everybody, by the way. I've been slacking on the thinking.
4.
When I first saw this trailer roll in, this thing, this Roman numeral, it looked like a 3, because it's hard to see the V. So, I stayed up all night last night. I didn't want to, like, stream all night because I was working on stuff, but I stayed up all night because I was like, fuck it, my sleep schedule was destroyed. I might as well just stay up and wait for this. And, goddamn, I could not believe what I was seeing. Look at this new font. I think this logo needs to be tweaked a little bit. The IV in the front is too similar to the colors all around it, so it's hard to see that it's not 3. It's hard to see this a little bit. Like, I paused it earlier and it was on a frame where it was still glowing. But I really like that they're coming right out the bat. I was not expecting Kingdom Hearts 4, to be honest. I thought that it was going to be Verum Rex. Well, not while I was watching it. I saw the tweet of the guy who was at the event. The one guy who was at the event who broke the embargo. And was like, KH4 reveals, good. And I was like, okay, well. This trailer is really cool. As always, the way they... Oh yeah, it's not over yet. Hold on, I forgot. There's more. Now this looks fucking fantastic too. Look at the animation that they have. Did KH3 have any like Disney scenes with Donald and Goofy, like really like emoting like that? Like cartoony looking, like actual animation and not just them just standing around? Not really, fuck no, very few. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If I'm hoping that like every scene with them has that energy, you know? Instead of just, just standing around talking as if it were KH2 still. There's no way that the whole game is going to be hyper-realistic quadratum graphics. What degree do you think, like, what percentage of the game do you think is going to be in quadratum, like, in the city? Is it going to be, like, the hub world, or is it going to be, like, the hub, like, of the whole game? First quarter, 70%? 30%? I feel like this game has a very high chance of shaking up the formula instead of being, like, oh yeah, here's the hub, here's the first world, it's Quadratum, and then you have a gummy ship that goes to Star Wars world, which, if you missed the memo, where's the ATST? That's an ATST's foot. I think that this is a good thing, because if this were in any previous Kingdom Hearts game, it would be sus, but because we're in this particular Kingdom Hearts game that has this particular vibe, so it seems, I think it'll work out pretty well. Hyper fucking realistic Unreal Engine 5 with like a Star Wars setting. See, Kingdom Hearts has gone from a pre-teen demographic to a teen demographic. You guys have been upgraded in the target demographic that they're aiming at here. Which Star Wars planet was this? I would imagine Endor. That's the one from episode 6 or whatever, right? Yeah, Endor. Yeah, chat's moving really fast. That Kingdom Hearts 4 hype tap has finally been reopened. How long was the content drought? NVIDIA leaks said 2023, They might not be too far off. I think this has to be like an older trailer, right? Based solely on the fact that this is Unreal Engine 4 in the trailer, but the game's going to be on 5. This has to be like old to some degree, right? Been in dev since at least 2018. Maybe they took announcing KH3 way too early. Maybe they took that to heart. KH3 should not have had as long of a dev cycle as it did. And, it switched engines in a more substantial way than Unreal Engine 4 to 5. It switched from that fucking in-house Luminous shit to the Unreal 4. But now going from Unreal 4 to 5 and just making a new game on top of it all is going to be way, way faster. So we might just get jump scared by this game. Yeah, the NVIDIA leak fucking has been, like, so accurate so far. Unreal 5 isn't that different from 4. I mean, yeah, if it's just Unreal 4 to 5, that's not really all too crazy of a jump. I don't know why this trailer ended up being in 4. I don't know what the whole logic was behind that, but it's very exciting. Have we seen... Okay, I know I might get people to tell me to touch grass for this, but are these real plants? Have we, like, seen these in real life? Or is this like a Star Wars plant? They aren't real plants. Looks like some kind of fungus. Fungus Among Us? It's fungi? It's real? What is it then? Whip out the bestiary, please. I don't know. Bestiary? Do they have a name for a bestiary? A mushroom? It's not a mushroom, it's red. It's a Star Wars mushroom. Somebody go through the Star Wars wiki and, I don't know. Yeah, any botanists? I think this is a more substantial jump in Sora's design than it was going from 2 to 3. Like, easily. Like, the first time we saw KH3 Sora, at least in that trailer.
Nomura said Sora looked like this cause world magic.
I mean, yeah, actually, yeah, in KH3, when you go to Quadratum, you have more realistic textures. When they said, when Ethios said, he looks like this because of world magic, I took that as his design is like this because of world magic. But no, him having hyper-realistic textures does make sense for Quadratum because, it's like that in KH3. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, what a story this character has had. Like, not even in the game's lore, just as a character, going from just a sprite in a mobile game to straight into Quadratum graphics. That's crazy. Isn't she dead? I mean, yeah, they're both dead. Kingdom Hearts is taking a bold stance here. They're basically saying when you die, you go to the real world, which is hell. So, you end up in a capitalist society. They're calling it hell here. He has so much swag. This is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Absolutely fucking unbelievable. Look at this outfit. This would be a better place to judge his drip if you were wearing some goddamn shoes, but you know what I mean. Let's just sweep those under the rug. Yeah, this outfit is fucking fantastic. He has no gloves, true. Oh yeah, he doesn't have gloves in combat, does he? Oh yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, the gloves were really getting toned down over the years. KH3 only had half gloves where they like didn't even cover his like palms, so what was the fucking point? I like the new shoes.
When you die you go to Aoyama, Tokyo, the most expensive residential area in Japan.
Is that what this area is? I saw a picture of like the real life location of Sora's house. They already doxed him. Nomura's off his fucking gourd with this. He's got something to say. And Square Enix didn't let him say it for Versus 13. Now he's gonna fucking scream it at the top of his lungs.
His pants and his outfit looks lived in now.
Yeah, it actually looks like a real outfit. There are so many fucking details that they can actually do that. This almost gives me Unreal Engine tech demo vibes, with the degree that you can see the fibers in every single fucking piece of cloth and this whole couch and whatnot. His hair is different because he slept for 7 days straight. Is that true? Maybe that's the basis behind his hair being so dramatically different. When I first saw this, I was like, oh shit, Death Stranding.
Babe, wake up, new Darkseid just dropped.
Yeah, finally a new Darkseid variant. It's been years since we had the last one. Pink Darkseid in Reminds. Sora has such a strong running animation now. That's one of my favorite things about his KH3 portrayal, is he has a really good run cycle. Like, very good silhouette here. In the, this is relevant, in the, Yozora fight, when he fucking steals your Keyblade, if you're just running around the arena, like, the best way to deal with that attack is just to run because the Keyblades are coming at your feet. If you're running during that fight, this is how you look. Because you get the no Keyblade run animation in battle. It's like the only time that happens. So it's very cool to see him running like that in the actual trailer.
He's wearing Vans.
Also, another really fucking cool frame that I wish I had a direct feed screenshot of. Yeah, he's got Vans. The cool thing about his Vans is that it has a yellow trim, so he still has like the dash of yellow that Sora has always had. It's been getting diminished over the years, but they're still there. The gold trim Vans, very nice. And I like that the shoes are just normal. This is definitely going to be the most divisive thing about this game, at least with this very small slice, this one world that we're looking at, where it has hyper-realistic graphics, but a lot of people are definitely, they don't know how to handle not having a cartoony style. I think that this looks great. It's just a matter of what percentage of the game is actually going to look like this, you know? There's absolutely no way that they're going to put this much energy into making a hyper-realistic world for it to be like the hub, like the first world, like a Traverse Town type, you know? There's no way it's just going to be just one world if they're going to put this much into it. Also, ace sound effect here. Best sound effect. When this fucking keychain does the grapple. That's so cool. Okay, the voices in my head have told me that the bottom button here says build. That seems to be the consensus. I don't know what build means in this context, but that's what the bottom button does. And I want to assume that it is related to what this is. Are there any games? Okay, besides Fortnite, not Fortnite. Are there any Japanese games that use this particular kanji or whatever to describe a game mechanic? Build as in form. Build your own Keyblade. Kamen Rider uses that katakana. Does anybody recognize where this sound effect is from? I posted about it on my Twitter. I'll pull up that video, but the Master Xehanort fight in Remind has this sound effect all over the place because Master Xehanort can do, like, I don't know what it's going to be called, but like Keyblade morphing. Not switching, but like morphing. Like what lingering will can do, and has been doing since fucking 2006 or whatever, whenever FM came out, 6 or 7. This is their opportunity to make that a game mechanic. Yeah, that's what I think build means. It would be swell if that were, you know, if this is not only just a QTE, but also just straight up part of Sora's moveset between Keyblades. It's about time that we get that ability represented in game. There are better examples in this fight. Here, where was the reply? Why is Butch Hartman's trending? Good question. Yeah, anyways, the sound of the metal fucking, like, flinging around and, like, reconnecting after, like, disconnecting to, like, whip around. Very swell. I want to imagine that this is what build means, basically. It's very cool to see it as the bottom button and not, like, a random fucking thingamabobber that shows up over here, like, in the contextual context button. Or a thing that you, like, you do like 4 combos and then you can activate it, you know, KH3 style. I don't want to see any more of that. I want to be able to activate these things and use a meter to activate them on the fucking fly. No more of this KH3 meter shit, please. The game has so many decent mechanics locked behind, oh yeah, just do like 4 air combos on a large body. And then activate. I do not want to see any more of that, please. We need to get away from that. We need to go back to the EX meter, which is back again. Hopefully survives development, unlike the EX meter in KH3. Hopefully shotlocks are dead. I would like to see shotlocks die finally. Shotlocks have never been all that inspiring of a mechanic. The ghosts of flow motion. What button is that? Is that even a... That is a button with no prompts. That's the outline of a button with no button. Multiplat. Google Stadia menu button. Stadians. We finally got our in. We're back, Stadians.
I translated that build into Korean so I could see what exactly they meant by build, and it seems they do mean that it's mean you will be piecing things together to create something for yourself, so Keyblade builds V possible.
That's exciting. Maybe every Keyblade has like 3 or 4 movesets attached to it, where you transform it into something. I don't know. It's way too early to tell. That it is interesting though to see them after having a fake EX meter in like every early KH3 trailer. It's interesting for them to have another fake EX meter if it is fake. I hope that they do something with it that isn't just, oh yeah, here's a meter for shot locking and like nothing else. Yeah, look at that fucking stretching. That's pretty swell. Disney characters are going to be animated quite nicely, huh? I hope they really put a lot of energy into, you know, giving these characters energy instead of just having them stand around and like talk all day in cutscenes. Cross-gen or current gen only? I don't think it'll be cross-gen. I think it's going to be new gen only and PC. But who knows? Maybe it'll be PC at a later date. My best guess, I've been wondering ever since they ported Kingdom Hearts to PC. I've been wondering to what degree new games are going to also be on PC. I think that it'll come to PC, but at a later date. It'll be like Series X and PS5 at launch, and then PC at a later date, if they're smart. And yeah, Epic Games Store, if anything. Which to me, in my particular circumstance, because I'm a content creator who does a lot of stuff with Square Enix games, that's a W, because somebody's going to email me a key from Epic Games. They're just going to give me the game. So that's a dub for me, but it sucks for everyone else who plays games on Steam and prefers it for good reason. And, you know, Square is trying to save that money by using the Epic Games Store because, you know, better cut on Epic Games. Yeah, because they have to pay a certain cut. And if they put it on Steam, then they would have to pay 30% on top of the, like some big percent on top of the Epic Games cut. Or the Unreal Engine cut. So it's like double. So I can't really blame them, to be honest. But yeah, less customers overall is something that you have to really factor into that. That's kind of a big unknown figure. Especially because, you know, Epic games are usually easier to pirate, but, you know, that's besides the point. We're gonna get jump scared by this game. This game's gonna come out way earlier than any of us are expecting or ready for. I'm just surprised that they aren't doing a side game. Didn't Nomura say some shit like he didn't know if he wanted to do Verum Rex or KH4 first, and so he was like, people were worried about Sora, so we're gonna do KH4 first, right? That's kind of weird. Does that mean Verum Rex is gonna be like a separate IP, like completely separate from Kingdom Hearts, and not just like, oh yeah, this is like Kingdom Hearts Verum Rex? This is gonna be Verum Rex on its own. Folks at Square called KH4 Verum Rex. Oh, is that true? Nomura said he wanted this to be called Verum Rex, but he didn't wish to confuse fans and Sora's whereabouts. See, this is so weird then, because that would, like, in any other Kingdom Hearts game up to this point, it wouldn't be a numbered game. Are they is this gonna be a numbered game out of obligation and not like the translation might be bunk. We shouldn't be making these judgment calls this early on, so let's not think too much into it. Maybe they really don't want to fuck around with side games and mid-sequels anymore. Maybe that was just part of the handheld era. Maybe the handheld era is truly over and we're just going from number to number. So I won't read too deeply into the whole Verum Rex thing.
Maybe since this is the start of the new arc, it wouldn't make sense to start it with a side game.
That too, that makes a lot of sense as well. Man. This is the first time in Kingdom Hearts history that we've ever gone from numbered title to numbered title. Like, okay, KH1 to KH2, Chain of Memories right in the middle. KH2 to KH3, Dream Drop Distance, and Birth by Sleep, and Recoded, and Days. Melody of Memories, there's no way. I'm not gonna count that. Don't gaslight me. Melody of Memories might as well be a cutscene that's in Remind. There's 1 hour of lore in that game. I can't count it. How am I supposed to count it as a fucking mid-sequel? You know, like, look at Dream Drop Distance and Chain of Memories. You know how much fucking goes down in that game? Chain of Memories introduced the entire fucking organization. Dream Drop Distance revived half of the antagonists. What did Melody of Memories do? You can't count that. You really cannot. Mobile game, sure. I will say that has a substantial, that's gonna have a substantial amount of, like, added stuff to the franchise going into the next numbered title, because, you know... Wait, how can you even count Union Cross? When did that come out? That didn't come out before KH3, did it? It did. It did come out before KH3. How can you count that? I mean, I guess it was an ongoing service game, but... That doesn't count. Dark Road counts. Is that game even real? I don't ever hear about that shit.
Nomura put his whole normalcy into the phone game story, and he's left the FF7R team now, so he's devoted himself to KH now.
Wow, really? I didn't know they did that. People can finally stop fucking complaining about FF7 having a weird plot in the remake, because now Nomura's not there, and so they don't have any more line of offense to randomly sling at Final Fantasy VII-R. That's crazy. Let me rate this trailer in terms of, like, presentation and every factor going into this trailer being released. Okay, huge points for calling it the Lost Master arc right off the bat, because, you know, they coined the term Dark Seeker Saga or whatever. That was everything before this. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, who's the Lost Master? Is Sora Master? Is he the one who's lost, or are they talking about the Foretellers? And that's another conversation to be had. Are the Foretellers going to be major players in this? Like KH3 Epilogue suggested? Is that still on the table? It's Mom. They could be Mom and Foretellers, sure. God, I'm getting a fucking contact high from all these Kingdom Hearts fans that are in my chat right now. Reefer smoke every direction I look. Feels good. So this font is like 1-to-1 with a Versus 13 trailer, right? This font, this color. I like that they're leaning into this very heavily. The more just like, yeah, fuck it, this is my Versus 13 now. I appreciate that. Kingdom Hearts needed some kind of gravity to it. I didn't feel that KH3 had much to say. The majority of the things KH3 added to the table was just set up for this game, so that's exciting. Who do you think composed the music in this trailer? It had to have been Yoko, right? It sounds very movie-esque. She looks real. A bunch of people I was seeing were like, oh, she looks so ugly, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, she looks real, so kind of telling what your preferences are. I don't think Sora's gonna be his happy-go-lucky self and his KH3 happy-go-lucky vibe. You know, like, how could they? How could he be like that when he looks like this. Just look at the graphics, look at the art style. How does it make sense? I already get such a different vibe from this game. It's so early to say that. Maybe I'm gonna have egg on my face in about 8 months when we see more of this game, but I think there are gonna be big changes. There's definitely gonna be Star Wars in this. They better, if they're gonna put Star Wars in this, they better have Play Arts Darth Vader as a super boss. He better show up. Nomura must have so much confidence in what this was to be still caught up on it. I like that this energy is going into Kingdom Hearts. Like, it's literally just being injected directly into Kingdom Hearts, whatever the fuck his plans were. They're being put into Kingdom Hearts, and I think that that's a swell buff for Kingdom Hearts, a well-needed buff at this point. Kingdom Hearts kind of went dry for many, many years. See, KH3, it's kind of an unfair comparison because KH3 was switched engines, and all KH3 was gonna do was just fucking wrap up all of the handheld games and all the characters from the mainline games that they unwrapped up. Like, the games were wrapped. KH1 and KH2 were wrapped up in this original trilogy of KH1, GBA Com, and KH2. Everything was wrapped up nicely, and then they unwrapped it up while also introducing a billion handheld game characters. And then KH3's burden was to be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna rewrap this up once and for all, and then kill Sora in some crazy fourth dimensional where we're gonna send him to Final Fantasy Versus 13 land, and then that's when the real Kino's gonna start. You know? KH3 was just loose ends. And then they also did a bunch of mobile stuff on the side, and now we have Streletsy, or however you pronounce her name. Is it all going to be connected to Quadratum? Is Quadratum just going to be like one realm where everything just kind of is? Is Quadratum going to be the city, or is it going to be a realm, like a sleeping, like the Realm of Darkness? Yeah, like the Realm of Darkness or the Sleeping Realms in DDD. Is it going to be a realm, or is it going to be a city? His hair is fucking crazy. This is Quadratum, like the whole thing, or? And we also gotta analyze to what degree quad means. Is it gonna be like, are they really doubling down? Is this Square City? Is Leon gonna be here? Not Leon, but like more like Auron and all the other characters that haven't been seen since KH2. Yeah, she looks real. Anybody that says that she's not good looking is just not a fan of real women. Oh yeah, World Ends With You might be here, but okay, think about that though. Hold on. We gotta analyze that. How the fuck is the 2 we cast gonna look in these graphics? Not well. Like, there's no way. Like, they can stretch Sora into this art style, but I don't know. This is Master of Masters because of his pose, right? And this is that stance kind of gives me Xigbar energy, to be honest. Any Xigbar experts in chat? This is very Xigbar-y / Lushu, sure, whatever. I hope every character, every scene with these characters has this energy with the animations. Oh yeah, that's Hades, by the way, if you didn't hear. Look at that, that's one frame. Holy shit. It's one frame. That's good. At 30 FPS, who knows what frame rate the cutscenes in this game will be on launch. Yeah, look, we got fucking... what do you call those? Smear frames? Yeah, smear frames. Yeah, you don't see many cutscenes like this in Kingdom Hearts where Donald and Goofy are like actually doing cartoon mannerisms. It's so swell. That's really good. Magic in the making. What's this gonna be? Recap video of the event? It's probably just gonna be like, oh yeah, look at these plates. Look at these $400 Kingdom Hearts 2 plates. Let's watch this mobile game shit. I skipped through this when this trailer first came out because I was like, nope. Overall, I rate this trailer very highly in the grand scheme of Kingdom Hearts trailers, because, you know, I've seen basically every Kingdom Hearts trailer, especially the ones for KH3. It's just, I gotta say, leading off with 2 fucking mobile games in the trailer video that was announced behind closed doors at 6 a.m. is a really shitty way of going about this. It sucks that this was not streamed at an event. That sucks a lot. They should stop doing that. They should have stopped doing that 10 years ago. What the fuck? You know, I've been to 2 of the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra events, and at least once during those, they play a song from one of the mobile games. And, you know, at those events, they have a big screen that shows cutscenes from the games that are corresponding to the music that they're playing. And both times, at both events, that they played the dedicated Union Cross song and had these cutscenes on screen, more or less, this fucking art style, just everybody laughed in the audience. Like, just straight up, everybody just laughed. It's like, what the fuck are we looking at here? How are you gonna include this? Both times.
Still manifesting days.
I'm just surprised that they're not doing that on the side. Maybe they'll tell us later. This music rubbed me the wrong fucking way when I first watched this trailer, and I watched this part of it. I was like, what is this clapping? This is Dear Beloved, isn't it? I just realized. You know, I thought this was going to be the MMO. I thought this was going to be Kingdom Hearts Union Cross MMO finally. I would have been down for that. But instead it's just Genshin Hearts, like we all anticipated would happen eventually. Why are they targeting KH3's art style for this fucking phone game? Like, make it easier on yourselves. Do something that looks like KH2 at least. They fucking tilt the fucking text just to be like, oh yeah, phone game. It's in portrait. Get ready. What the hell? See, okay, look at these, right? Look at these NFT attacks. You probably have, these are probably NFTs that you have to get to use these attacks. And you wanna know why I say that? Because they look an awfully a lot like these. It's probably just trophies, but could you imagine? Oh, they were really like, yeah, let's make a Genshin Hearts that plays like KH3. Like, you didn't even sell me on the KH3 part of that equation. Now here we are with whatever the fuck this is gonna be. I feel like because it's an actual game, I am obligated to try it at least once, so I can properly talk shit about it when it comes out. So I'll look into the logistics of doing that. Fucking mobile games, dude. When will they cease?